She didn't come home last night. No message, no call, nothing. I stayed up until 2 a.m. convincing myself maybe she was just stuck at work again. Maybe her phone had died. Maybe I was just being paranoid. But as each hour crept by, every sound outside that wasn't her car felt like a slow, brutal punch to the chest. I kept glancing at the clock, then at the front door, then back to my phone. Still nothing. Just silence. And the truth is this. Wasn't the first time. For months now, her so-called overtime had become a habit. Late nights, vague excuses, secretive texting. She changed her phone password, brushing it off as a work precaution, but I knew. I recognized the signs. I just didn't want to accept them. By 3 a.m., reality finally settled into my bones. She wasn't coming back. I went to bed, but I didn't sleep. I lay there staring at the ceiling, trying to pinpoint the exact moment everything began. To unravel, we used to be inseparable, planning everything side by side. Vacations, buying a house, even the idea of having kids someday. But slowly, almost imperceptibly, she drifted. I let her, thought she needed space. I never realized she was offering that space to someone else. When morning came, it brought no answers, just the same heavy silence I'd gone to bed with. Her side of the bed remained untouched. The least she could have done was offer me a lie. Instead, she left nothing. It's not a text, not an excuse, not even the dignity of a fabricated alibi. I sat at the kitchen table, sipping coffee I couldn't taste, surrounded by the house we had supposedly built together. Every piece of furniture, every photo on the walls, it all felt like a cruel joke, our perfect little life, a performance. And I'd been footing the bill for it. That's when I picked up a pen and wrote a simple note. I'm done. Enjoy your debts. No shouting, no drama, just a truth written in ink and left on the kitchen counter right next to her favorite mug, the one that read Boss Babe. The irony of it stung more than I expected. I packed only what I needed: some clothes, my passport, my laptop, and a few photos I couldn't leave behind. The essentials. Everything else, she could have it. The house was in both our names, but the mortgage was in mine. The car she drove, leased under my credit. Her precious new business funded entirely by me. She'd been craving independence. Now she could have it, along with all the debt that came with it. I walked out without locking the door. Felt symbolic. I wasn't protecting anything anymore. I wasn't her fallback, her cushion, her fool. I was done. I checked into a hotel downtown, turned off my phone, and let the silence settle around me. But for the first time in a long while, the silence didn't feel suffocating. It felt clean, free, like the start of something I hadn't known I needed. Later that evening, the messages began. A few missed calls, then frantic texts. Where are you? Why would you leave like this? We need to talk. I didn't reply. Wasn't. Worried about me, she was worried about what I took with me, my presence, my money, my support. The next day, she called from her mother's number. I let it ring. I didn't want apologies. I didn't want another elaborate web of explanations. I wanted peace. I wanted my life back. Her friends started reaching out too, some accusing, some pleading. She made a mistake. Should talk before doing something drastic. But none of them had been there for the quiet unraveling. None of them knew how many times I'd already tried, how many second chances I'd offered, how many lies I had swallowed to keep the illusion alive. 3 days passed before I saw her again. She showed up at the hotel swollen, hair a mess, clutching the note I had left behind. What did you mean by this? She asked. I looked at her, just looked. I didn't know her not after the months of silence she gave me when she walked out in every way but literal. Her tears didn't touch me. Her excuses didn't make it past my walls. I handed her a manila envelope, the divorce papers already signed. It's all in there, I said. The house, the car, the business, all yours, and everything that comes with them. That was 2 months ago. Now I live in a small apartment near the lake. I take morning walks. I cook for myself. I sleep through the night. And sometimes, when the wind drifts just right through the trees, I smile not out of joy, but from the sheer relief of having finally walked out of a storm I once mistook for a home.